Jacqueline Bisset, Dancing on the Edge.
I think it was 47 years ago. So the Hollywood foreign press gave me a nomination for the promising newcomer.
Jacqueline Bisset at the Golden Globes on Sunday. That speech got more and more interesting as it went on. Hard to steal the limelight when you share a stage with Matthew McConaughey and Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio, but she did just that. And after she won for her role in Dancing on the Edge, her acceptance speech had everyone talking and wondering what on earth was she talking about. Well, Jacqueline Bisset is with me now, legendary actress and Golden Globe winner. You're even making me speak in a strange way. Jacqueline, it is a great pleasure to have you.
I miss bonkers.
Well, I tweeted at the time, as you rightly pointed out, one word, bonkers. But I meant that in the most charming British way, which is it was delightfully eccentric.
Well, it was delightfully confusing to me, too, I have to admit.
What were you thinking on stage, or what were you trying to say?
No, what happened is first of all, I didn't know I was going to be on then, and I was so taken aback. I was completely, all I was thinking about was, why didn't they get me any food to eat? And the next thing I know, I hear my voice just peripherally. I said, and why is that guy... And you know, then I stepped onto a magic carpet. And I walked down that thing, and my dress kind of went like this, and I just sort of floated, and I said, you know, one thinks of these things in your life. When you're a little girl, you think, if I ever won an award or something, what would it be like? Well, I did not expect...
Because it's been 45 years in the making, right? So in 1969,
yes.
The Hollywood Foreign Press nominated you as the most promising newcomer for your role in The Sweet Ride. Oh. 4 more nominations, and then you finally win. So you probably just thought...
I'd sort of given up before, basically.
So you never thought you were going to win? Never thought you'd have to make a speech?
No, I didn't, no.
Did you have a couple of alcoholic tipples to get you in the mood?
No, I didn't. No.
You completely sober?
Not. Absolutely
we can
sober.
rule out that rumor.
Sober, yes, and not on drugs either.
Were you just wildly excited?
I was wildly excited, and I was terrified, but I was on a magic carpet, as I said, and I floated down the aisle, saw John Voight, stopped for a quick kiss, and...
Because you're godmother to Angelina Jolie.
I am, yes.
So you know each other very well, you and John, and he won as well.
Yes.
So you're standing there, and it must be a wonderful moment for you. But forget all the reaction to the speech. It must have been.
But you know, you feel the people there, you know quite a lot of them, and there's quite a few good vibes coming towards you and everything. You think, God, I'm here, and I'm... God! And I want to give love, and I want to put out the good vibes to people. And then I forgot my most important person, Stephen Polyakov, the director of this wonderful miniseries. And that was in the back of my... I thought, I've missed the goddamn entry into that. And I was off. I was off into it. Everything just went like twist.
And when it had finished and you walked off, did you think that it had gone well? How did you feel about the speech?
I felt happy that it was over and thrilled to have that Golden Globe in my hand. And we wafted back into the press room and everything. Everybody was very friendly and congratulations. I didn't think anything of it. But fairly quickly after that, people said, there's a lot of twittering going on, and there's a lot, and then somebody said, you've gone viral. I said, what does that mean, really? What does it mean? I've gone viral. And then it was suddenly anxiety. Anxiety, and I knew that word that kills.
Well, I thought you were absolutely fabulous. And you and Emma Thompson, who then reeled up with the drink in her hand, took her shoes off. And,
I missed it.
Yeah, it was all just delightfully British and eccentric and weird. I see all the Americans thinking, you see, these Brits really are as crazy as we always say they are.
But you know, this country is and the world is so hypocritical. It really is very hypocritical. I mean, that word I said is not a big deal, is it?
No.
No.
Nothing you said was a big deal. I thought it was fantastic. No.
I was made to feel very naughty the next day. Very naughty. And it took me till the day after to realise. And I plonked the Golden Globe down in the kitchen, right, when I got home. I thought, oh, Christ, I've messed everything up. What the hell is going on? Can I say that? Oh.
Of course you can.
And it wasn't until all the next day and the next morning, I saw it there and I thought, I've won a Golden Globe.
Well, let's take a look at why you won it. This is a clip from Dancing on the Edge, the miniseries that got you your award.
Are you a journalist?
Blimey. Is it that obvious, is it? Yes, yes, I am.
I have nothing against journalists. I just never talk to them. And certainly not at funerals.
Of course, I understand that. But, actually, we might bump into each other later on today because you're kindly allowing the band to stay on your estate. And, well, I've always wanted to meet you. And just in case we run into each other later on, I just thought I'd say hello.
And now you've done it. And at considerable length.
It's a fabulous role, and it's a fabulous series. I mean, did you think when you made it you were doing something quite special?
Oh, I did. I thought, I mean, I had heard about Stephen Polyakov and I'd seen a little of his work. And I mean, when I met him, I just said, this man is really brilliant. He's going to be tough, he's going to be demanding, but he's charming and he's twinkly and he's a little bit effervescent. When
you win a Golden Globe like that and you go backstage, I mean, for the rest of the night you get all the parties and things, do you get, you know, Leo DiCaprio coming up saying, hey, you were fantastic, or all the stars?
But, you know, the funny thing with this show is that so many people haven't seen it. That's what's rather peculiar about this situation. The Hollywood foreign press have seen it, probably because it played in London, in England. And, you know, got good viewing in London. But I don't think that it's had a very broad... It's now on Stars, and I checked it out yesterday. It's there till the 31st of January on Stars On Demand. So I hope people see it, because it would be really weird to be an actress who's got a Golden Globe and no one has seen the show.
Well, there are two amazing things about you. One is that you've made over 50 movies since your debut in 1966.
Much more than that. Much more than that.
More than 50?
Much more.
Well, it says over 50. Do you know how many it is?
It's about 90-something.
Is it really?
Yeah, about 90 projects, yeah, at least.
Movies for movie and for TV?
Well, there's a few. Yeah, it's about 90 projects, yeah.
Amazing. So that's even more extraordinary.
Yeah.
Secondly, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but it's only because I think people will be so amazed.
Yeah.
You're 69 years old.
Yeah.
About to be 70. You look about 50.
Do I?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a variable. It's a variable.
And the third most extraordinary thing, we're going to come to this after the break, is that you've never got married.
Uh-huh.
And I want to find out why.
Really?
And I want to ask you my signature question. How many times, Jacqueline Bisset, have you ever been properly in love?
Oh, that's a...
Hold your answer.
Okay.
It's an easy question.
Yeah.
Wow. OK, well, we'll find out. More Jacqueline Bisset after the break. Anything could happen here.
I almost drowned.
I almost drowned.
You know we might as well be married for all the concern I get around here.
It was a clip from 1977's The Deep, co-starring Nick Nolte, of course. The film made Jacqueline Bisset a household name and launched the wet T-shirt craze. The Deep was
Thank you very much.
The Deep was #1 at the box office and made just under $50 million, huge amount at the time in the US box office alone. I'm back with Jacqueline Bisset, who's in the chair with me.
Somebody said to me the other day, yesterday, they said, you know, it'll always be Jacqueline Bisset Golden Globe nominee now. And
now
I
winner.
said, will that replace Jacqueline Bisset The Deep?
Yeah.
And what do you think? Do you think it will?
Well, I'll tell you what I like. You were telling me a lovely story in the break there about Sofia Vergara, who you beat for the award. She's one of the nominations for it. Tell me what happened.
Well, I just went to say hello to her afterwards, you know, because I'd heard she was going to be there. I thought she was going to win. And she was so nice, so warm, so embracing. And that was first. And then later on, we were dancing with different people at the party. She said, let's pretend we're fighting. Let's pretend we're fighting. So she grabs the gold, the orb, whatever, and we have a scuffle. It was adorable.
She's very sweet.
She's adorable,
and very talented. Now, here's the thing. You're nearly 70 years old.
Yes. Oh, God.
You've been one of the great beauties of the world throughout this entire time of your life, but you've managed to avoid getting married. You've had many relationships with some great men. You've never taken the plunge. Why?
I could never see... You know, it's probably because my parents were not happy. They were together for a very long time. I couldn't see any advantage. And they were both good people. They were both intelligent and fascinating in many ways, and they didn't get on together. It was a dead feeling. I only saw my father kiss my mother once.
Really?
Once. He kissed her. He was going on holiday. He had his cashmere sweater on, and he'd been given a car he was a doctor. My patient had given him a car. He got his cashmere sweater on, and his pipe in his mouth, and he came up to my mother, and he kissed her on the cheek. And he headed off to Scotland to play golf. And I thought, and I adored my father, but I thought, golly, that's not very cozy.
How many times did you say you've been properly in love in your life?
I've been in love every time in my major relationships. I've been in love. Absolutely.
So how many times?
Well, I've had like 5 major relationships. I was absolutely, and I've had people who I adore, and my heart is very selective, I think, and it doesn't waver, it just goes, and I'm not somebody who has sort of, you know, quickies and sort of, it's not, I seem to pick guys who seem to go into that long-term sort of thing. I don't know if it's me or them. I'm not sure who's the one. I cook a lot, you know, so people may, I'm good for a good dinner.
You're a good cook. Well, you've also co-starred some of Hollywood's most famous leading men, Frank Sinatra, Paul Newman, Steve McQueen, Christopher Plummer, Dean Martin, Anthony Quinn. If I could plant you on a desert island for the rest of your days with one of those leading men, who would you take?
Give me the 5 again.
Steve McQueen, Paul Newman, Frank Sinatra, Christopher Plummer, Dean Martin, Anthony Quinn. You can have one of them.
God, crikey. God, I think probably Paul Newman, because he's got a great sense, he had a great sense of it, and he looked like he'd be practical. I mean, I made hamburgers with him once, and I can't say I did that with anybody else. We put a party together once on an island in Hawaii, and we went shopping to the market with him. It was quite something to go to the market with Paul Newman.
Was winning the Globe the best moment of your career?
One of the best moments, yeah. But there have been lots of good moments.
Well, I'm thrilled to have had you on. It was a wonderful moment.
It's over already.
It's over.
It's not possible.
But come back again soon, because I've loved this.
OK.
Your next project's called Welcome to NY. You play Anne Sinclair, the wife of Dominique Strauss-Kahn. I can't wait to see that. Opposite Gerard Depardieu.
Yes.
That'd be terrific.
And Abel Ferrara directing.
Fantastic. And you can find Dancing on the Edge on Stars on Demand through February. Jacqueline, it's been fabulous.
Thank you very much.
Come back.
Thank you.
I've loved meeting you. We'll be right back.